Yeah, revise all things. Okay, Rakhi, did you understand the task? Whatever I have given you, the task. Did you try to complete that task? Okay, okay. Is there any confusion in any topic? In any topic till now, whatever we have learned, is there any confusion among all the topics? Any topic which you are just finding it, which is some confusion, creating some confusion, you will get you are not remember all the things about of that topic. Is there any topic? So, okay. Can you, Raki? Can yeah, Raki? Can you just resend me that email? Just forward me back that email because I just forget which task I have given you. Yeah, yeah. I'm waiting. 28th of December, na? Okay. Now I have the email on 28th December of resume. Can you just forward me that email, Raki? I got the mail 30th December. Okay. Relation, please find the video. No, there's nothing in this mail. Raki? I've sent you a video and one validation.php only, a file. You can write anything into this mail. I just orally told you, or you have in written that what you have to do, Raki. Yeah, there is no you. Actually, two mail. Okay, okay. I just got the second one also. Task of the day. Yeah, yeah. Create a login page, welcome page, and logout page using session. Database task, create a new database and table 5 fields. One field should be primary and use all queries we have discussed till now. Okay, so yeah, main subject, main topic is session. Okay, means you didn't understand exactly what is the session, how we use, what is the purpose of session. Okay, as I understand, main problem is session, na Raki? Yeah. Hello, Raki, can you hear me? Yeah, yeah. Now, okay, I should take 1 second. Let me just open the files. And one more thing, Raki, they are means Raki means our Khushi and Nazar. They are not far away. They are you just what is it, 5 6 session, 5 6 long session. Then you can cover all the topics what I have. Okay, just don't get afraid. We will cover all the topics. Paste, validate. Okay, this is the some. This is a registration page. Okay, you just type a name, any name, an email, and the password. And password, I just type 123. And if you register, it is registered. Means where is your register page? Oh, here is your register page. In this register page, yeah, you are sending the data into the user table in study. Okay. Now they have created login page or not? Actually, I just for to show session login, it should be on the login index username password login. No, 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 no. Okay, let's do login. We whenever we register, then we are inserting data into our database. Means we are inserting name, email, and the password into our study database and user table. We have one data. We have to create one database. Within the database, we can create any number of tables. Do you remember, Raki? Database and tables. Yeah, let me show now. Okay, localhost, or we just open the database from the URL php myid. Take some time. System is slow. Okay, now what is the next thing? let's do login with the session. And Raki, just concentrate, okay, after this session and after this login, just concentrate on our main task. Means I have given you one task. I already show you. So registered, just show the record and try to delete that record. Just concentrate on that task. Okay, you will concentrate on that task. Okay. 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 We have studied detail. Maybe sales session. Detailing. Maybe I just told you orally. Yeah. And I just sent you the task folder also. This task folder also maybe. Yeah. Please send me file of your task you have done before the session. Okay. Yeah. I didn't send any file. Just describe you the task, what you have to do, and okay. Now we have okay. Okay. Now this is what we have just registered. Okay. This is the same whatever we have just registered. Okay. Now now we have to create one login page. Now we are registered. Okay. Now we will just create one login page with these entries. Means if anybody enter the email, this email and this password, then we will authenticate that user and just send that user to the our secure home page or secure show page, any secure page. Otherwise we will just redirect back to the login page. Means your credentials are wrong or your username password are not correct, just fill the correct username password after checking from this database. Okay. So this is our login page, and we will just put the some session value into uh, whenever the user enter the correct username and password, we will enter some values into the session. Then we will use that values whenever for the security into our secure page. We will use that session value in the secure page for our security concern. Okay. Now let's see how we do that login. What is logic? Suppose login is enter login and validate. Okay. Okay, let me just copy this. Okay, this is our previous login, hard coded login. Okay, I'm just copying this, and maybe we have the login page also. Now we don't have the login page. And just saving and just creating one login page. Login dot php. I've created one login dot php and we have one register dot php. Okay. Now just paste that code, but I have to use the php open tag is set. Did you remember I said dollar underscore post is set? Just check the um, value is setted or not. Means in this variable or in this function there is any value or not. If not, then it will not execute all this code. Otherwise, it will execute the code. Okay. So we have to create one HTML right now. We have to create one HTML. HTML. Just move this within the body. Let's create one HTML login and put type text, name. You can give any name. I'll just give login. Okay, username and password. I'll just give to type password. For password means whenever you enter any text, it will not visible, it will come into hidden format, means in star format. Okay, whenever you use type equals to password, the simple text, it is not come into the simple text, means it is not in readable format. It will just, whatever you have just typed, it will just display star or dot. Okay, a password format, name equals to password, you can give any name, and our submit button, simple. Type submit, name, login, our button, and the value. Just give the login. Okay, now I have to take within the form tag or not. Without form tag, this will not going to submit to the server. Okay, our form tag, all the code I have to take within the form tag, within the body and within the our form tag. I have to give the action. I just want to blank. Why blank? Because I just want to requirement is just submit our form to itself. Okay, method post or get, you can use post. Name, if you want to take name, FRN. Okay, now let's see the code. Whenever we click on the submit button, on the login button, this condition will check, means our button is clicked or not. If it is clicked, then what we are doing, we are just taking the values from the text boxes. These are the name of text boxes, whatever you have just used, you have to write here exactly the same. Okay, we just get the username and password. We will just see why we just take a, we just declare one variable with blank value. Okay, now if uname, this variable is blank, is equals to blank, then we will just echo please enter username. If else if password, so we will just echo please enter password, means agar, means if username, sorry, if username or password will be blank, then this condition will true, and this this will be blank. Why? Because it will not going to else part. This if is true, then it will not execute else if and else, it will go directly here, and it will check dollar underscore request login. Request means you can use request for post also, means, and for get method also, and for post method also. I just show you, maybe I just show you the request example of request, means you can use request in place of post also, in place of get also. Okay, now login and a equals to validate, then only it will execute. Validate means when we have username also and we have password, then these two condition will be false. These two condition false, then our control goes here, then a is validate. Yeah, a is validate, then this condition is true. Now we just take the values of username and password and just check here. Now we are not going to check like this. We will check using our with our database. Is there any value into our the table, user table or not? If no, then we will just echo username or password may be wrong. Otherwise we will just redirect us to welcome or show.php. Okay, I will just use welcome new page. I will just create new page welcome.php. Okay, now how we check, Rakhi? We have to just put the means our PHP database connection coding or not. If you want to just check from database, you have to know, you have to just connect with your database first. This is the connection code. Connection, you can use connection on top of the page, then it will work for whole page. Okay, I just use in the top of the page localhost, the server name, root, our username of database, and the blank password is by default it is the root, and the password should be blank, and this is our database name. Okay, we selected our database name. Now we have to fire one query. Now it's time to logic. Okay, Khushi, just tell me how you check is there any row containing rakhi@g.com and password rakhi or not? How will you will check? Means your username and password is correct or not? Means you have entered this email. Username means email and this password. Okay. So how you will check? Just don't tell me the code. Just create some create logic. Tell me the logic. How would you know? Means that record is exist in your table or not? How you can find that particular record? Means where email equals to this and the password equals to Rakhi. Means okay. Let's take the requirement. Uh, okay. What is our requirement? Our requirement is we want to check our username and password with database table. Okay, database from this table. Okay, now logic behind that means you have to just fire a select query. Just fire a select query with where clauses. Means select star from user. Okay, where email equals to this email rakhi@g.com and password equals to this password. If there is any row, then it will return this particular row or not. Yeah, it will return this particular row. It means the username and password is correct. This is the logic. Simple. Means if there is any row returning, means if there is any record present in our table, then user entered correct username and password. Otherwise it is the wrong username or password. Means anybody just enter this email but password wrong. Means he just enter anything else, then it will return nothing. Means it doesn't match any particular row. Means where username equals to rakhi@g.com and password equals to, means if anybody have 1 2 3 4 5 6, then it is not going to return, that query will not going to return any row. It means there is no record present in our database. Did you get the logic, Rakhi? Can you explain? Okay, me, yeah, means what we have to means we already see the select statement, select star from users. We already see, yeah, yeah. Now if I run, if I execute this command, then it will return all rows. Okay, it will return all rows. Why? Because, yeah, we will going to use where condition, where email and the, one second, password, email and the password. One second, you have error. Okay, I will write directly. Maybe one second. Email, sorry, email and the password. How we just create the query from here? Yeah. Select star email or not. Now we will try. Where in where condition, what we check where, if I just want to show the record only with the email only, so I will just use email. Email is our column name. Okay, email equals to Rakhi at the rate g.com. Then it will return our particular row or not, Rakhi? Yeah, it will. Yeah, it should return our particular row because it will find that particular row. Now we will just add one more. We will just add one more where condition into the same query. Means we are checking not only email, we are checking email and the password also. Okay, so we have to write and yeah, and the password, one more tile symbol, one second, yeah, one more tile symbol and password equals to whatever you have given password. We have given your name Rakhi, and we have to use within the single quote because it is the type varchar, means string type, so we have to write within the single quotes. Now it should return the same row. Okay, now if anybody gives wrong username or password, means if anybody is enter correct username but wrong password, okay, I just use double I, then it will not return any row, zero rows. Okay, zero rows. So we can just make that condition into our we can use that condition, we can use this logic into our application. Means if anybody just enter correct username and password, if any row returning, then it means the user enter correct username or password. Otherwise we will just show a message, means you are entered wrong username and password. Now let's see how we do that. We just use connection string. Okay, here. Now where we have to write the code, here we just check here if condition. Now let if condition as it is. Now we have to just fire one select query. Okay, so we just use dollar query, any user defined variable. Just use one query select. Okay, I just copy and paste in same query, select star from user, but I have to use that query dynamically. Means right now maybe that user enter this thing, other next time maybe user enter next username password. Means we within the table we have so many username and password. Means currently we have 4 username and password. If any user enter this, then he should also logged in. So we have to just create this query dynamically. How we create? We will use this username password, not here, this is called hard coded. Now we will use this unit. Why? Because we are getting the text box value using this code, and we are assigning that value into dollar unit. So we will use directly $uname. Okay, let me show you. In place of username, we will use directly uname. Okay, and in place of password, we directly use $pwd, because $_post password returning the text of password text box. Okay, whatever user entered, it is returning that username and the password. Okay, it is correct, Rakhi? Now maybe one semicolon needed, and now we have to fire the query or not. Right now we just create a query, we have to fire a query. I just use one another user defined variable, and what we are assigning MySQL SQL underscore query. What we use MySQL underscore query to execute our particular query. Okay, query. Yeah. Then it will return a resource type variable. In that variable we have row, otherwise we have false. Okay, if we didn't get any record, then we will get a false here, or if we have any number of record, then we will get that rows. So we can check by using MySQL underscore num underscore rows. By using this function, we can check how many rows we get from the database. Okay, if there is no, then it will return 0. Otherwise, it will return number of rows. I just use $no for number. Now let's, okay, one second, get this equals to, okay, let's just echo this. I just echo $number, and let's die for debugging, just for debugging this code. Means I just want to check it our code is correct or not. Okay, now just go to login.php. Yeah, login. Okay, fushi@g.com. Okay, and password fushi. It should return one row. So in the browser, because of that echo and I should be 1. There is error, MySQL rows expected but parameter to be resources boolean given in. One second. MySQL underscore num underscore rows. Maybe there's something wrong into our query. Just echo our query. Die. Actually die is for just, yeah, die just stop the execution of our script. Right now here means what we are doing, we are echoing our query, and stop the execution means we can debug our code. Means from which line of code has been executed or not. Okay, so maybe the reason of error I have to give within the single quotes. Here is cursor. One second. to write within the single quotes. Yeah, let's try again. Their email and the password. It will come. You can just copy this line, and if you want to just debug your code, debug your SQL statement, you can copy this line and paste here in place of this, and just click on go. If it is correct, then it will return row, otherwise it will return Khushi. Is not correct. Okay, means yeah, our query is correct, but it is returning 0 rows. Why? Because uh, okay, I just give the Khushi, okay, in place of Rakhi. Okay, okay. Now our query is correct. Now we have to just remove this echo, and this is just for debugging. I just use for debugging only. Save again, and I just run again that code. I'm just getting 0 rows. This 0 because of this echo, means I just debug our code because of this echo number of rows. Why we are getting 0? Because I just entered wrong username password, means I just entered within the password Khushi. That's why we are getting 0 rows. If I enter, if I, yeah, either email also, I just have to write Rakhi and g.com and password Rakhi, then it will return 1 row. Okay, means there is 1 row into our database. So we can now, we can, yeah, we don't need to print that record. Yeah, if we require to print, then we can just fetch the data using mysql underscore fetch underscore array or fetch underscore associative. Yeah, we just need to know, is there any row or not. If there is any row, then we will just use dollar number is not equals to 0, means any, if there is any number of rows not equals to 0, means there is any there is 1 2 or anything else, but not there is no 0, means we have rows into our database, we have record, matching record into our database. So it will return other than 0. What we use within the if condition, dollar no is not equals to 0, means other than 0. It means we are just uh, our condition just fetching a record, so it will just redirect us to our welcome page, our secure page. Let's see, is there any welcome page or not. Welcome, no, there is no. Let's create the welcome page. Hello. Yeah. Welcome.php. Now within this page we will just use, we just echo, right now we are echoing welcome, nothing else. Okay, now after this we will just see the session just a small thing, nothing else. Okay, now we will just use Rakhi, means correct username and password rakhi@g.com and the password Rakhi. Then it will redirect us into welcome page. Yeah, the welcome.php you can see on the URL, and this is the whatever we have echo. If we entered wrong username, or if we don't enter anything, then it will just please enter the password or please enter the username. Or if we enter wrong username or password, then it will show us try again, or maybe wrong username or password may be wrong. Okay, so it means our page is correct. You get the working or not, Rakhi? Now, what is the session? Session is a one kind of variables, means global variables. From that variable can be accessible from our whole website. Means within our website there can be hundreds of pages or not, Raki. There can be hundred of pages. So sometime we need one access point, means we have to check the user is logged in or not before redirecting to any particular any secure page. For that we will use session. Okay, you get the point. Now let's see how we do that. If you want to use session, you have to start the session on the top of your page. If in this page you are going to use the session, you have to start the session before using. Okay, what is the function of session start? Session तो उसका चलना है क्या तेजा क्या session underscore start. तो अभी तक तू मैं रोहन okay just the session underscore start. Now how we just declare session variable. We will just declare session variable before redirecting. This function just used to redirecting us from current page to any page whatever we have given here. So what we have given, welcome.php. Okay, Raki. Now we will just create session dollar underscore session. One second, to write capitals. Within the bracket, just use here one any user defined name, any name. Okay, UI u name. I just use u name, means username equals to what I'm just assigning this username. Whatever be current username, I'm just assigning that particular username here. And you can create one more any number of session variable. Okay, I'm just creating one more session variable and giving the name of that login. Means we can check by username also and by login also. We will just true or false. I'll just assign true. Okay, what we have done, we have just used two variables, two session type variables. Dollar underscore session is the syntax to defining a session variable. Within the brackets we will use any user defined name. You can use any name here. Okay, and here also what we are assigning into uname, we are assigning uname this username. Whatever we within the text box, we are assigning that name into our session variable uname, and within the login we are assigning true. Now we can access, if we just define, if we assign the variable session variable any value with any value, then we can access that value from anywhere in within our website, from any page. Now we will just access that value from the login welcome page. But we have to start session here also, because we are going to use the session. Let's start the session underscore start, just for starting session. Now we can echo. Right now I'm just echoing the session variable dollar underscore session, same code, but there is no equals to and assigning. Just use same name uname. We will get the value of that session. Now let's see we are getting uname or not. Let me refresh this. I'm just Rakhi@g.com and Rakhi password. Then it will create a session variable, assign the value into them, and redirect us to welcome.php. Yeah, we are getting your username also. Okay. Now you let's just one thing. If we are not using session, okay, I'm just commenting this. Um, okay, and this also I'm not using any session. Now this is our login page and login and welcome page coding. Okay, this is our login and welcome page coding. So if anybody comes and change the URL welcome.php and click the URL, you can access our secure page also without login. So it is not correct. It is not correct, Raki. So how we can restrict the user? How we can restrict the user using the session? Means if there is a session created, if there is a session variable, we can just check any session user defined session variable. We can check. We will check the login. Is login true? Then only it will redirect, or it anybody can access this page. How we do that? Just okay, let me just use one br tag. Echo. Second. Br tag. Now in the starting after the session, I'm just using one if condition. If condition within the if, I'm just using dollar underscore session. Now we will just use this also, just between this. Okay, do you have to go to the job? Yeah, okay, I'll just take just take 5 minutes more. What we are doing, we are checking login. Okay, if login is not equals to true, is not, this is not symbol, okay, equals to true, we assign true. Whenever username and password is correct, we assign in the login true or not. Yes, we just assign the true. Okay, we have to just take one more thing, one anchor tag. I have to just close this anchor tag logout dot php. Just give logout here, and create one logout.php. In that session, one second, I'll just describe the code. Session underscore start. We have to just save that page first. .php session underscore start, simple starting. And in the logout, what we will do, just destroy the session. Destroy or unset the session. Unset. Within the unset, just use, well, sorry, this, yeah, is unset function. Yeah, unset function is used to just destroy the value of that particular variable. This is one kind of variable, session variable. We, yeah, we just use unset for destroying that values. Okay, and header within the location, in this login.php. Now our program has been finished. Now we just need to verify and run only. Okay, just remove the comment. Now let's see. Let's just see this. I will just explain within the 5 minutes only. If you just log in here, okay, right now you cannot go to directly welcome page. You have to log in. Actually session is created, it is not destroyed because we already created. Now if we are now we logged out, now you try to log in and try to just go to welcome page. Welcome, it will redirect back us to login page. Index login, undefined index login. It's giving us error in the welcome.php. This error session login. Okay. If I just use like this, href just for redirecting us. This is the HTML tag, anchor tag. It is used to redirecting us from one page to, yeah, session login. Undefined. Why it is undefined? Header location. Okay. Set. Not equals to true. 1 second, please. Just 1 second. Login back. Or we can use is set also. Okay, let me just try this. Now just come back to login. Means if we try to just access our secure page welcome.php from the URL, then it will redirect us to login page. Means we have to log in first. Rakhi@gmail.com and Rakhi the password. Okay, then if we click on login, then yeah, you can access the welcome page. We are getting welcome because of the simple echo, and this is because of our session variable uname. Okay, and we gave one anchor tag for logout. For logout means we just created one logout page also, logout.php. Within that page, what we have just unset that particular login session variable. What we have done, just unset that session variable, login variable. Okay, so whenever we just check this condition will false. If we logged out, then it will just redirect us to login page back. Means if we once you have logged out, then you have to log in again. Means you have to log in again if we click on the logout. Now you cannot go to welcome.php directly. Okay, or if you just log in correctly after this, you come back without the logout, and if you try to access, then it will access because you didn't logged out. So you can access welcome. Yeah, just forget the L. You can access the page. You logged out means our session unsetted, session variable unsetted. Now you have to log in again. Okay, did you understand? We should just try to understand this. And is there any confusion? I will just explain more. If there are any confusion, simple code means just log out for anchor. Where is anchor tag? Yeah, here is the anchor tag. Just for redirecting us any particular page, it is redirecting us to logout.php. What we are doing in the logout.php, we are just unsetting the variable and redirecting back to login.php, nothing else. Okay, and this is our login page. Khushi, sorry, Rakhi. Okay, okay, just try to understand this code. Okay, and I will just send you. I already told you the importing the exporting database, how to import, how to send the database, how to send the database. Okay, okay, you just have, yeah, okay, okay, I will just told you the export. Let's see the import. Just I will send you one .sql file. Just click on. Okay, yeah, if you don't have this database, yeah, if you don't have this database, study database, I will send that database. Maybe you have the already have this database, you don't have to import. Even then I will send the database file also. You just have to import that database, particular database. Just choose file and select whatever I have sent the .sql file. Okay, just choose that file and click on go, then you can import that particular database. Okay, so that's it for today's session. Raki, tomorrow we will just discuss about that task. Okay, you have to complete that, or try to understand that task, try to find out the queries of that task, and try to just do that task if any query. Means one second. No, not this one. Time. Means in that task one registers form with, after registering it will just redirect it to one display page where every record we can see every record, and we can edit, update, delete, or you can say edit and delete that particular record row by row. Actually it is not coming. Actually I didn't send the actually file because I just want to do that task by yourself. That's why I didn't send the file anybody. Task not means this one second. Yeah, this one register page. If you just enter any record here, password. If you choose any file, any image, just choose this one. And if you register, click on register. Okay, I just use any die. Okay, okay, we will discuss this task from tomorrow onwards. Okay, and try to implement this login whatever we have discussed today, and try to revise all the topic we have learned. Means implode, explode, the fetching data, deleting data, insertion, updation. Okay, just try to revise these all the things. Okay, and we started javascript also. Some point we have completed of javascript also. Yeah, yeah, just try to revise all the things. We will just discuss about this task tomorrow, and just learn some more topic of php from tomorrow onwards. Okay, Taki. Oh, okay, Rakhi. That's it for today's session. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a nice day.